What's good, YouTube? This your boy, Celeb Capital. We legit with it. Stay tuned for some jams, bruh. So don't mind what's happening on my face. This is acne cream. So I just wanted to talk about something very serious. So if I lose concentration a little bit, just keep up with what I'm saying. So basically, what I just wanted to talk about is like just a couple pointers that I've been going through, like mentally, and like things I've realized as well, that things I've realized that have allowed me to like continue with my life, in the sense that I feel like they were holding me back, to say that my mentality was bruised by it. But right now I just want to tell you a couple of pointers that I've been going through, and yeah, so just stay tuned, bro. Basically, the first point is to be intentional with what you're doing. So basically, I'll just explain like something. So basically, I used to live in Pretoria, and my whole life I've been living in Pretoria in the same place. And as much as I had like income coming into my bank through using my time, basically, it was not, my money wasn't used intentionally, like to say that I'm gonna put this money aside and focus on my business, but it was just a thing of like, I need to gratify my being youthful and go out and party and all of these things. And what I realized is that it wasn't satisfying at all, as much as I was with my friends and as much as we were having a fun time. But when the music is just tuned out in my head, I would just think to myself and be like, why am I here, bro? What am I actually doing with my life? As much as we are young and everything, like, as much as we are young, time flies, bro. And you won't even know it, 10 years has passed and you're still doing the same thing. So my point is to be intentional with the things that you're doing. Whether you're focusing on studying, you need to be intentional with it. Not only to see that you need to study now, but you need to see the future and what fulfilling your goal will actually bring towards you. And not necessarily focusing on the finished product, but focusing on the routine that you keep putting into that product. That will eventually get you the product, you get what I mean? So being intentional is something very important, because if you're not intentional with things, then you won't really fulfill things to the satisfaction that you would like to fulfill them at. And point number 2, just bear with me. Point number 2 is say no to temporary endeavors so you can say yes to your future. Basically, like I was making an example with, one thing I realized is that I needed to say no to a lot of things. Going out, experiencing things that won't really be productive to me and won't really grow myself, you get me? So saying no to friends temporarily, just so you can focus. Take that time to focus on what you really want to achieve. For example, me, what I want to achieve is being a profitable trader. You understand what I'm saying? Being a profitable trader is something that I really want to achieve. And having to say no to going out with my friends and having to isolate myself basically meant that I was saving money, bro. As much as I was saying no to having fun and blowing steam off, I realized that that won't be productive for myself and it won't help in the long run. Because if I'm always saying yes, then when I'm alone thinking in my head, I will just be bashing myself, doubting myself, saying that nothing is going to happen because I'm a yes man, bro. You need to be conscious of these things, because if you're not conscious of them, then there's something really wrong. And point number 3 is basically, you don't need to fit in to enjoy your youth. Like, for example, partying, doing drugs, drinking alcohol. You don't need to do all of those things just so you can quote on off quote be youthful. Like, for example, bro, focusing on your body, bro, focusing on your health. That's something really important, and we take that for granted, and we only understand that once it's too late. For example, somebody will be drinking from when they're 20 all the way till they're 40 years old. By the time they get to 41, their livers are failing and they need to be in hospital and paying expensively on your health, basically. It's something very important that we need to take to mind. Yeah, so just being different is something very serious, bro. And I feel like when I was thinking about it, all of my life I've been different because unfortunately I couldn't study what I wanted to study. So I had to grow up and get a job eventually so that I can fund my dreams, you get me? So all my life I've been different, bro. And that was not all my life, but that was necessarily after I finished high school, you see. I've been different and I felt left out in certain situations where I needed to fit in with my peers just to be able to be quote unquote cool and be the talk of the town and everything, but it's something very serious, bro. And my next point is basically feeling like people don't believe in you. This is something that has always like hit my mental, and like it has put me in a very crippling situation where I didn't believe in myself and I was doubting myself. So the feeling of people not believing in you, it's a feeling that's very serious when you take it to mind, because all you want, personally, all I want is for people to believe in me. And I was talking about this like in the sense that I have an image in my mind, an image that I can only see, and I am the painter of this image. And the only way people will ever believe is if I paint this image. And unfortunately, the only person that can believe in you is yourself, bro. Honestly, the only person that can believe in you is yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, then why should other people believe in you? And it's something very serious, if like being spiritual as well, that I believe that God believes in me as well. And as long as I believe in myself and God believes in me, that's all that matters. That's all that really matters, because as much as people have what they say, I really don't care what people have to say about my life. This is my life in my hands, and if you don't get that, then forget about it. And my next point is basically feeling good after doing something that's worth your time. So basically today I felt good opening my business account, because I had a telephonic call with my banker and we were going through the process of opening my business account. So after all of that was fulfilled, I really felt good, because this is a step in the right direction, you get me? And personally, it's something that I've always wanted to do, is take my business very serious. And as much as I've had a lot of time and I've had a lot of thought to it, it's something that made me very scared, because I didn't know what I was going to do once this business has been opened, and once I've reached my once I've opened my business bank account. So every time I've said it, we legit with it, bro. We legit with it. Celeb capital, bro. Celeb capital, bro. So it's something that's really fulfilling to me, and it means a lot to me, and that's all that matters. And my last point, so this is something that I've done like a year after I finished high school, and was pointing fingers. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to study what I wanted to because of money, and I was pointing fingers and saying, you are the reason why my life will never be like this, and you are the reason why I'll never succeed, and you are the reason why I will never be I'll never be successful. And I talked to someone about this, and they told me that pointing fingers is not gonna help with anything, and that really stuck with me because I've been pointing fingers all my life, and finally, the time that I realized that it's time to actually take accountable. As much as I'm not studying what I want, I'm not doing what I want, my dream job and everything. Like, I need to take that into consideration that it's my energy that will steer me into the right direction, as well as God as well. You get me? But as much as I'm pointing fingers, I really should be pointing at myself and saying, what am I gonna do about this, bro? What am I gonna do about the fact that I'm not in the position that I want to be in? But yeah, that settles everything. I just wanted to speak some thought into the viewers that actually watch and those that are actually intentional with their lives. You get me? So much love from Celeb Capital to you, and stay tuned for much more. So yeah.